I'm gonna keep it a buck. I've spent thousands of hours playing Brawl Stars and developing a website built around the game. Lately, there's been a ton of feedback regarding the recent Buffy's update, and today I'm not even gonna touch that. Instead, I wanna open up a completely new can of worms that nobody is talking about, and it's the Brawl Stars API. The Brawl Stars API is missing massive, critical pieces of data that we, geeks and developers, need. I'm the creator of Brawl360.com, a Brawl Stars analytics platform that is built on top of the official Brawl Stars API. I stream Brawl Stars daily, I work directly with high-level players, and I've had to reverse engineer so many things on my website just to get it to work. Today I'm going to be walking you through my 7 problems that I have with the official Brawl Stars API. Every qualm I have with the Brawl Stars API comes from first-hand implementation and not theory. The core problem of it all is that the Brawl Stars API is great for casual stat lookups, but it completely breaks down the moment you want to make anything serious unless you have a million extra hours to brainstorm partial workarounds to the data gaps. Now let me show you exactly where I think it fails. The first problem I have with the Brawl Stars API is that there's no access to large-scale battle data. There's no way to access large swaths of historical battle data, and the data provided is limited to only recent battle logs per player. This sort of forces every serious analytics site to create sketchy workarounds. On Brawl360, I had to build rolling data windows, aggressive caching, and custom aggregation just to be able to only grab partial data. I think the easiest fix for this would be to have a new endpoint that allows for a start date input and an end date input, and then from there, the API would be able to grab all the battles from an X amount of players and return you the battle data that you're looking for from this specific moment in time. But at the very least, we need more than just the recent battle logs. Problem number 2, ranked rank is not a real field. There's no such thing as a player's ranked rank, according to the API. To get somebody's battle log, you literally have to scan their battle log, search for a ranked match, and then reverse convert the trophies into their ranked tier. Does that make sense? A player can have a trophy count from 1 to 22. 1 means bronze 1, 16 means legendary 1, and 22 means pro. In my opinion, this system is fragile, it can lead to more inaccuracy, and honestly, it is impossible to scale from a developer standpoint. Problem number 3. It ties into problem number 2, so I'm going to keep it short for you. There's no ranked elo anywhere in the endpoints. Anywhere. There's no way to currently track elo progression of a player over the course of a season without having users being forced to manually enter every single ranked win or loss and the correlated elo gain or loss. On Brawl360, there is no workaround for this, aside from having players potentially enter in their ranked elo after every single game. But then from a developer standpoint, that's not great if you want more people to use your tool because you want to automate as many things as possible. Now to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I think to solve problems 2 and 3 super easily, all it takes is a ranked endpoint. It returns the player's specific ranked battles, it returns their ranked elo, and it returns their current ranked rank. Bronze, silver, gold, diamond, mythic, legendary, masters, pro. Boom. On to problem number 4. There's no ranked leaderboard endpoint, which means there's no official way to see who is dominating the current ranked leaderboard. The API's focus is primarily on trophy-related games. The lack of a ranked leaderboard prevents developers from being able to easily pull a list of the top global ranked players and then pull their battle logs, which I can then use to create better ranked drafting tools. Currently, to address this, the Brawl360 workaround is that I get to manually enter in all of these pro player tags every season so that Brawl360 is able to track the top players. But if a player stops playing, or if they switch over to their mini to push, I mean, it's just really impossible for me to be able to manually maintain all of these different player tags. And now you might be wondering to yourself, Anding, what type of solution could there be to solve problem number 4? Well, let me tell you. I think we take the same ranked leaderboard that's in the game right now and put that same data in an API endpoint for all of us developers to access. I think it's really that simple. I don't think there's much more to it. That's it. Now moving on to problem number 5. There's no hypercharge or build state per player endpoint. Now what I mean by this is that the API returns no information regarding the hypercharges or buffies that any given player might own. Additionally, based on the data, developers have no idea what type of build you're running. Are you running shield gear and speed? vision and damage, we have no idea. In terms of the battle data, there's no way to associate what build you're running with match outcomes, which I think could also be pretty easily fixed. And this is crucial because this is the difference between stats and real, actual coaching insights. Now, to partially fix this, on the Brawl 360 profile page, users can self-declare what hypercharges and buffies they own to try to help fill in that gap in data. Now, I'm going to move away from the ranked problems that I have with the API for this video. There's a couple more points I'd like to touch on, but that could be in a later video. For problem number 6, I think you guys are going to like this one. My 6th biggest problem is that there's no way to track cosmetic progression throughout the game. Right now, there's zero visibility into what cosmetics a user has unlocked, which means there's no way to tie cosmetic progression into new fun tools that us developers could be building. Now, my website is primarily focused on Brawl Stars data analytics, but if there was an easy way to view what skins a user has unlocked for a brawler, I think it would be really neat to be able to track how much someone's account is worth based on how many skins any given user has at each level of rarity. I think the endpoint could be as simple as this. You enter in the player tag, and you enter in the brawler that you want to see skins for, and then it would simply return all of the skins in the catalog with a true or false next to it. And then maybe also a ID for that skin, so then you could link it to an image. I bet the Brawlify CDN has all of those images ready to go. We just need an endpoint to be able to tie the users to their skins. Lastly, for problem number 7, there's no Supercell login API, which means no OAuth, or in non-developer terms, means you can't log in with Apple to a third-party website that wants to use your Apple data. With no official way to verify players owning certain player tags, I think this limits trust and personalization across the Brawl Stars ecosystem. And since I run Brawl Pass giveaways monthly on my website, I need a way to verify if a player actually owns their player tag or not. So to get around there being no Supercell login API for Brawl Stars or for any of the Supercell games, to verify in Brawl 360, all a new user has to do is log into the site, then they go to their game. In the game, they'll change their player profile icon. After they change it, they come back to the website and they click, "I've changed my icon." And then boom, it's done, they're verified. I can tell that that is actually that user. And believe it or not, I've tried a couple different methods, but this is absolutely the smoothest way to do it. If you guys have any better way to do it, feel free to let me know in the comments. And now a side note before closing, there are a ton of other small updates that I think could be made to the Supercell Brawl Stars API that would help supercharge the developer community. But for right now, I would say these are my core 7 problems that I hope Supercell considers fixing. Now, despite all of this, tools like Brawl 360 exist because us developers are willing to engineer around the data gaps. But I want to pose this question. Imagine what's possible if these gaps in the data did not exist. If I'm being honest, I think that the community has proven that there is a demand for these types of apps and websites, but the API just has not been able to catch up quite yet. I know that Supercell's super busy with all of these, super busy with all of these other updates and coming out with new buffies and trying to make the game interesting and keep their player base. So I get that they're busy, but I think it's about time that the API gets a fat buff. Now, if you work at Supercell or if you know someone who works at Supercell, please feel free to reach out to me because this is all solvable. And to be honest, I would love to help build this the right way. That's it for today's video. Have a great morning, have a great afternoon, have a great evening. If you're on the stream, you know how this ends. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. And do not forget to stay curious. Deuces.